Hello guys, welcome to STEM Trainer YouTube channel. In the previous videos, we saw little bit of trigonometry. First we saw that how to remember this trigonometric table and the best way to remember this trigonometric table. Second is we saw how to find the signs of trigonometric ratios in all quadrants. We use ASTC, or you can use all school to college. Okay, so now let's use these two topics and try some questions on this. So how questions they can ask in exams. So first question is find the value of the following trigonometric ratios without calculator. Or you can just show the working. So sometimes these questions are asked in the exam and you have to show working, otherwise they don't give you full marks. Or if you have a non-calculator paper, then obviously you don't have to use calculator and you have to solve this. Okay, so how to find the value of this? This is sine of 120 degree. Now, to solve these questions, what you need to understand is two things. First thing that you need to understand is the quadrant. So that we have already learned: first quadrant, second quadrant, third quadrant, fourth quadrant. So whenever some angle is given, so you need to find in which quadrant is that angle. Second thing you need to do is you need to find acute angle with horizontal. So these are the two things you need to know before solving these questions. So first is angle with horizontal, second is the quadrant. I think you already know these things. So let's use them and try to find the value of sine of 120 degree. So this is very important. So just remember them: quadrant and acute angle with horizontal. Okay, so now I have the angle is 120 degree. So first thing you can do is, because we are starting for the first time, so what we do is we will draw a diagram. This is 120 degrees. So I can see my 120 degree is in second quadrant. Okay, that's first thing. Now second thing is my angle with horizontal. So this is my horizontal. That is the x-axis. So this angle with horizontal will be, in this case, will be 60 degrees, because we know this total angle is 180. This is 120. So obviously this angle will be 60. We need acute angle. That's important. Obviously we can say it is making 120 degree also, but we need the acute angle. So first find the quadrant, second find the acute angle with the x-axis. You can find from negative x-axis, you can find from positive x-axis, whatever it is, but just find it with horizontal. That is the x-axis. Okay, so my second is 60 degree. Now what you will do is, so this value will be equal to sine of 60 degrees. As simple as that. Whatever the acute angle you get, that will be our answer, sine of 60. Now the second question comes is whether it will be plus sine 60 or minus sine 60. Now that depends on the quadrant. Now we know using ASTC, in second quadrant, my sine values are positive. So I will have a positive sign here. So my answer for first part is positive sine 60, that is square root of 3 over 2. So that is my answer. I hope it's clear. You have to use the two things: quadrant, acute angle with horizontal. Let's take more examples to understand this properly. You can pause this video and you can try this B part, C part yourself also. Okay. Now, second is 210. So first I will do is, I will make a diagram. Where is 210? So let's say this is my 210 and this will be 30. Right? This angle is 180. So this is my 210 degree angle. So what's the angle with horizontal is 30 degrees and the quadrant is third. So my answer for this will be equal to cos of 30 degrees. And now I have to see whether it will be plus or minus. And we know in third quadrant, in ASTC, third quadrant, only tangent is positive. For sine, tan and cosine, only tangent is positive. So cosine is negative. So I will just write negative sign here. And what is cos 30 degrees? That is root 3 over 2. That we have already done, or we have already remembered using the table. Okay, so that is my answer for this one. Let's go for third one. Tan of 330 degrees. So I can draw 330 degree angle. So 330. So this is 90, 180, 270. Okay. So I have to go this. This is my 330 degree angle. And this will be 30 degrees only because we know total is 360. So my angle with horizontal is 30 degrees. And this is in fourth quadrant. So in fourth quadrant, we know that ASTC. So fourth quadrant, cosine is positive, tangent is negative. So my answer for this is simply minus tan 30. So that is our answer. And tan 30 degrees is root 3 over 3. So that is my answer. Okay, let's go for the D1. Now, what happens is, in year 9 or year 10, you didn't encounter negative angles. But now in year 1 and year 2, you will encounter, or if you are in IB, SL or HL, you will encounter some negative angles also. So negative means, so basically there is a sign convention. The sign convention says, if you are measuring an angle from positive x-axis in anti-clockwise direction, then it has to be taken as positive value. If you are measuring an angle in clockwise direction, then it has to be taken as negative angle. So when they say minus 30 degree, it simply means we have to go in clockwise direction. So from here, if you go clockwise, so you will end up here, and this magnitude of angle is 30. So this is my minus 30 degree angle. As simple as that. So go in clockwise direction whenever it says negative angle. So now minus 30 degrees. So angle with horizontal is 30, and which quadrant is this? Fourth. So 30 degrees and fourth quadrant. So we know in fourth quadrant sine is negative because only cosine is positive. So my answer is negative sine 30 degree. And sine 30 degrees is half or 0.5. So my answer is minus 1 over 2. So this is how we will approach these problems. So let's go for more negative angles. Tangent of minus 150. So minus 150. I will try to draw minus 150. This is, I will start from here, 90 and 150. Like this. So this is my minus 150 degree angle. And if this is 150 degree magnitude, so this will be 30 degrees. So angle is in third quadrant and angle with horizontal is 30 degrees. I have to find the acute angle. So my answer is in third quadrant AST, T means tangent is positive. So my answer is positive tangent 30. That is nothing but root 3 over 3. Okay. Next is, now what happens is in year 1 and year 2 or SL, HL, IB, what happens is sometimes they will give you angles which are more than 360 or less than negative 360. So what you have to do is you have to, okay, let me just give you one example. For example, is minus 390. So it means start going in clockwise direction. So this is 90, 180, 270. This is minus 360. Now again then go 30 degrees more. So when you go 30 degrees more, from this, you will reach our angle that is minus 390. Okay. So this horizontal angle is 30 and it is in first quadrant. Sorry, fourth quadrant. When you have angle in fourth quadrant, what happens? Cosine is positive. So my answer for this is nothing but positive cos 30 degrees. And cos 30 degrees is square root of 3 over 2. This is my answer. Now, there are two ways to solve this problem. This is the one way that you start from x-axis and start going in clockwise direction and till you reach 390. You keep on going. That's one way. Second way is, I sometimes find second way very easy. Now, what's the second way? Second way of solving this is, what you can do is, for every angle, whether it's sine, cosine, tangent, or some other trigonometric ratio, you can always add or subtract 360 degrees to any angle of any trigonometric ratio, and it will not change the value. Because 360, once you go 360, then you reach the same point again, because we are moving in a sort of circle, right? So for example, if you have a 30-degree angle, and if you add 360 in this, what will happen is you will just make one complete revolution and you will arrive at the same point. So adding 360 or subtracting does not change anything. So that is what sometimes I find it useful and easy, and even some students find it very useful. So what you can do here is, second method is, instead of solving for minus 390, you can add 360 in this and it will not change the value at all. So this will be nothing but cosine of minus 30 degree, and which is little easy to think. Minus 30 is here, this angle is 30, this is minus 30 degree angle. So again the same thing, horizontal angle is 30 and this is in fourth quadrant, which is cosine is positive. So you will get the same answer. So it's your choice, you can choose whichever method you like. I find both easy, but it depends on you. Okay, next is sine of 660 degrees. So now this is way more than 360. So what we will do is, either you can go like this. So this is my 90, 180, 270, 360. This is my 360. Then again you go, this is 450, this is 540, and then this is 670. Sorry, 630. So this is my 630 angle. And then I have to go 30 degrees more, and then I will reach 660. And this horizontal angle will be, in this case, will be 60 degrees. So this is a little, I mean, not complicated, but it takes little time to figure out the values. And if this value is, instead of 660, it is in thousands or 2000, 3000, then you have to make a lot of circles. So it becomes problematic when angle is too big. So that's why what we use is, we add and subtract 360. So, okay. So let's first find using this. So this is 60 degree and in fourth quadrant. In fourth quadrant, we know sine is negative. So my answer is minus sine 60 degrees. That is minus square root of 3 over 2. Now let's solve this using our second method. Now what's our second method? Second method is, we will add or subtract 360 in this to make it simpler. So sine 660 minus 360. To make it smaller angle, so I will get sine of 300 degrees. And this I can easily work with. 300 degrees is this is 270. So this is 30 degree. This becomes 60 degree. This is my angle 300 degrees. So again, I am getting the same thing, 60 degree with horizontal, and it's in fourth quadrant. So answer is minus sine 60. So there are two ways when you have larger values of the theta. Then you can use these two methods to find the values. Okay, now let's move further. Now, sometimes what happens is, they don't give you the value of the angle. The angle has an unknown value. For example, in these cases, you can see we have an unknown theta. So what we have to do in this is, we have to prove that sine of theta minus 360 is equal to sine 60 and all this. And we have to give some appropriate reasons and explanation for this. So first question, let's try. We will use the same methods that we have learned in question 1. The only difference is, here we have an unknown, that is theta. Okay. And it's given that theta is an acute angle. Actually, it doesn't matter But anyways, it doesn't matter what angle theta is, whether it's acute, obtuse, or whatever it is. These are always true. But anyways, we will assume for now is theta is acute angle. Okay, because it's given in question. Now, sine of theta minus 360. Now we know this. We can simply say, because we know we can add or subtract 360 degree to any angle and it doesn't change anything. So what I am going to do is simply I am going to add 360 in this to this angle. So I will get sine theta, which is equal to RHS, hence proved. So I can simply use this. So this is very useful, adding 360 and subtracting 360. And you can do this as many times as you want. So you can add 360 twice also, you can add 365 times also. It depends on the question and the value. Okay. Now again, I am having sine of theta minus 180 degrees. So again, I can do is, let's draw a diagram and see which quadrant this angle lies. So sine of theta minus 180. So theta is given as acute. So let's say this is my theta. I can assume this as theta because it's in first quadrant and it's given as acute. Now, if you subtract 180 from this angle, what happens? So when you subtract, you have to go in clockwise direction. So we will go like this and subtract 180. So it will become like this. So this is my angle theta. This is my angle theta minus 180. I hope you understand this. So 180 turn, I mean everyone understand 180 turns means exactly reverse. So we are going in this direction earlier. So now we will be going in this direction. That is theta minus 180. So now, if this angle is theta, initially this angle was theta. So now I can say this angle is also theta. So the angle that this theta minus 180 is making with horizontal is theta, and this is in third quadrant. And everyone knows in third quadrant, my sine is negative. So I can just say simply this is nothing but minus sine theta. And we have to give reasons. So you can give because this angle will be in third quadrant and in third quadrant sine is negative. That's why it's minus sine theta. That's the explanation that we can give. Okay, let's try C part. Cosine of 540 minus theta. Okay, 540 minus theta. So again, first thing, I will just first make it little simple, or the value I will just reduce it. So 540, I can just subtract 360 just to make it little small. So this will be cosine of 540 minus 360 is 180. So 180 minus theta. So now it's little easy to think. Okay, 180 minus theta. So 180. So this is my 180 degree angle. So now if you subtract theta from this, and theta, remember, is an acute angle. So if you subtract theta from this, which is an acute angle, so you will be again in second quadrant. So this is my 180 degree minus theta, and we are subtracting theta. So this angle is theta. So the angle made by this with horizontal is theta. And this is in second quadrant. And in second quadrant, cosine is negative, ASTC. Okay, so this will be negative cosine theta. This is what we have to prove. Okay. Or basically we have to find value. So cosine of 540 degree minus theta is minus cos theta. Okay. Okay, let's do this. So we have to prove this. Cosine of minus 180 minus theta is nothing but minus cos theta. We have to prove this. Okay. So again, we will do either you can add 360 in this just to make it simple, or we can just work with this also, no problem. So let's work with this only. Minus 180 minus theta. What is minus 180? Actually 180 and minus 180 is the same angle, right? This is 180 actually, and if you go for minus 180 you will reach the same. So minus 180 180, it means same thing. Okay, so basically we are here, negative x-axis. Okay, now let's take one only, whichever. Okay, let's take, because it's negative, it looks better if we do this, but it's same thing. Okay, now you have to subtract theta from this. Obviously if you subtract theta from this angle, so where we will reach? And remember, whenever we subtract, we go in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, sorry, we go in clockwise direction because we are subtracting, right? And we know negative angles are in clockwise direction. Okay, so this is 180. So 180 minus theta, minus 180 minus theta will be like this. Again, we have to go in clockwise direction. Just remember this. Sometimes some students are confused in this. Just remember this, very simple. Whenever you are subtracting an angle, obviously a positive angle, then you have to go in clockwise direction. So this is my minus 180 degree. So now I am subtracting theta from this. So again I have to go in clockwise direction by a magnitude of theta. So the angle that it is making with horizontal is theta, and it is in second quadrant. And in second quadrant, we know that cosine is negative. So my answer for this question will be minus of cosine theta. This is what we have to prove. Okay, so this is it for this topic. Just remember three things. You have learned three things in this. First thing is, you can always add 360 degree or subtract 360 as many times as you want in any angle. It does not change the value. Second thing is, to solve these kind of questions, what you need to know is quadrant and the acute angle with the horizontal. Just with some little practice for 4 or 5 minutes, everything will be fine. You will be very comfortable in solving these questions. Thank you. Thanks a lot for watching, STEM trainers. If you find all this useful, please like and subscribe and share with your friends.